be doing the same deal as last time. Competitors, bring it in, competitors. All right. We're going to be doing the same deal as last time. I'm going to tell you who's up, who's on deck, who's in the hole. Again, the ladies are going first. If you hear me yell, it's because the timers went off suddenly. We didn't have a problem with that last time. Hopefully we still don't this time. But if you hear me yell, stop right away. Stop what you're doing, come on back, we'll get it fixed. Ladies in order, it's going to be Amy, then Cece, then Kaja. Cool. Same rules apply. Start whenever you're comfortable. As you can see where the first timer is right here. Make sure you try and go through the second timer up there, otherwise your time will keep going. That's how that works. Don't jump over it. It won't help you. So, we're going to get this going. Amy Glover, if you want to get to the start. Amy, whenever you're ready.
Have a head.
By the way, we're going to be doing times, so I can tell you guys your times on this one. Amy with a time of 26.75. Give it up for Amy. All right, next up we have Cece Pacheco. Whenever you're ready. All right, you guys do have the foam pit, so that is encouraged. Totally okay with that. All right, Cece with a time of 17.94. Oh, I gotta go do that. Hold on a sec. All right, next up, last for the ladies, we have Kaja Kilogenic. Kaja, whenever you're ready. Kaja taking first place with a score of 13.83. All right, we are going on to the men. This is in order, so I'm going to do the whole again, in the whole thing. First up, we have Julian Frazier, followed by Wilder Lotso is on deck, and then Brian Prince in the hole. Julian, you are up first. Wilder, you are on deck. Brian, you are in the hole. Timers are good? Cool. All right. Julian, whenever you want to go.
Now we got Julian Frazier in the men's division. Huge leap off of that gap. I'm actually surprised he didn't choose to go around that wall and take the slower course. I think he actually went under the timer there. It's not clear whether or not he actually got that last timer gate. We're going to find out in a second.
Maybe
but
the most
it looked
classic
like he
Julian
actually
run.
missed that timer gate.
All right. That was a cliche Julian run right there. One shoe gone. Julian with a time of 10.94. Setting the bar high. All right, next up we have Wilder Lotso. Behind me, Brian Prince is on deck. Dawson, the coster, is in the hole. Does Dawson hear me? He does hear me. Great. All right, Wilder, whenever you are ready. Wilder with a pretty clean run. He runs very silently. It's pretty amazing to watch him. Wilder with a time of 12.57. All right. We got Brian Prince up now. We have Dawson DeCoster on deck, and we have Shea Perkins in the hole. All right. Brian Prince getting words of encouragement from one of our timers. A hug.
So right now we got Brian Prince.
I think he's trying to bribe a timer. It doesn't work that way. They're lasers, Brian. It doesn't work. All right, whenever you're ready.
Brian Prince getting into full beast mode right now. Here goes a smooth movement for that first ascent. Chooses to take that lower step. Much better strategy than taking that really high stride. And underbar through the finish. Using those long legs to reach through that
Brian
final
making the
timer
course
gate to
look
his
small,
advantage.
as he does most things. Brian with a
No
time of
jumping in the foam pit from
11.49. He's so excited.
Must not want to get any foam flakes on that.
All right, we got Dawson
Sharp
up
black
right
outfit
now.
he's
We
wearing.
have Shea Perkins on deck. We have Shinobi Hannah in the hole. He's ready. All right, Dawson, are you ready? Whenever you want to go.
Next up is Dawson DeCoster. Again, smooth job striding up. And so far, very clean movement and diving for the finish.
Dawson seems to have bumped his head there a little bit, but he ran it. He went through with it. Dawson, currently in first place with a time of 10.87. And a lump on his head to bring home. All right, next up we have Shea Perkins. On deck we have Shinobi Hannah, followed by Joshua
next up,
Waters
Shea
in the
Perkins.
hole. Where's my, there he is. My man Josh, all right. Shea, are you ready-ish? All right, whenever you want to go. You guys don't move.
Shea making a nice, easy run through the course. Not the cleanest or the fastest movement, but still a pretty solid run. Go back to Vinny Fiacco for his time.
All right, Shea with that underbar into the foam pit, looking really good. Shea putting himself in fourth place with a time of 12.09. All right, we got Shinobi Hannah up. We have Joshua Waters on deck. John Lunsford is in the hole.
So far, it's Dawson
Shinobi, you ready?
DeCoster with the fastest time.
Whenever you want to go.
Still quite a few fast athletes to come.
Choosing the style points with the front dive into the foam pit. I like it. Shinobi with a time of 12.3. Flat.
12.3 for Shinobi.
All right. We have Josh Waters up right now. We have John Lunsford on deck.
Puts
we have
him in
Lennon
fifth
Shannon
place.
in the hole. All right.
Next up, we have
Joshua, you
our
ready?
triple course athlete, Joshua
set,
Waters. competing in skill, speed, and style.
You can be sweaty, it's okay. It's
Also
warm in
one
here.
of the youngest athletes at
Beautiful June day
competition
in
this
Denver.
weekend.
It happens.
Joshua Waters is very much a technician, going to take
go
his
whenever you're ready.
time before he gets started. Joshua choosing to start with a dash vault. Again, very smooth, very clean movement. Not one of the fastest athletes, however. Oh, looks like he tipped a little bit going under that rail, but it was definitely quick.
All right, Josh.
Let's see how he did overall.
Back there. Hopefully he's okay. Hey! He emerged from the foam pit. All right. He knew, he called his shot, but he still did it.
And you can kind of tell where he practices just kind of by his first move there, starting with a
Josh
dash
with an
vault. Typically, we would see either a speed vault, step vault, or hurdle.
Putting himself in fourth place.
More simple movement to clear that first vault.
John, what do you...
Still
Peter?
finishing with a solid time.
You're not John. You're John.
Knocking him into
John
fourth place.
John is up next. Lennon is on deck. Lennon trying to run for other people.
Next
and
up,
Miles
John Lunsford.
Murphy is in the hole. All right, John, whenever you're ready.
All right, again, not the best movement choices for the first two vaults. Choosing to take the low line at the finish here and through the final timer gate.
All right, John with a pretty clean run, that dive through that checkpoint there at the end. Let's see what John has pulled out. John with a time of 12.50.
You can definitely tell a lot by
good
each
run
athlete
for John.
how they handle these
Now
first two
Lennon
structures
and
how they are at the starting point. So
then we have Miles, who is on deck, followed by Ryan Keenan in the hole.
They want to pass through that start gate as fast as they
Lennon,
can.
are you ready?
They only have
Whenever
a step there, but even that little bit matters in a course that is this short. Next we have Lennon Shannon, two speed step passes through. A lot of 2-foot landings.
Lennon with some style points. A pop up into a back roll into the foam pit. Let's see what we have for a score for Lennon. Lennon taking third place with a score of 11.11. You're just going to stand behind me like you can stand there, I don't mind. With you, it's okay. You probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, good job. All right, next up we have Miles Murphy. Ryan Keenan is on deck. Austin Lutz is in the hole.
Still quite a few speed athletes to go.
Miles, you ready? Whenever you want to go.
Here we have Miles Murphy. He's one of the taller athletes choosing to go over that railing. Definitely able to cover a lot of distance with his jump and strides, but not really the speediest mover. See what kind of time he gets.
All right, Miles, pretty clean run there. Let's see what we got for a score. Miles with a time of 12.68.
It's 12.6.
He'll take it. He doesn't have much of a choice. I don't know what option he thought he had there. All right, we have Ryan Keenan up. We have Austin Lutz on deck. We have David Bowden in the hole. All right.
Next up, Ryan Keenan, definitely one of the favorites today.
Whenever you want to go.
And again, pushing himself into that back wall, making sure he has a good set to start. You can see him already loading up even before he gets to the timing gate. Two quick speed passes. A little bit slow underneath that bar. I'm a little bit surprised with how he handled that structure. Again, choosing the long way around instead of taking the vaults over. Back roll through the finish.
All right, very clean run from Ryan. He's going the Lennon route with the back roll into the foam pit.
Fastest speed choices
he's got a fan
for
club.
Ryan Keenan.
I want a fan club. Waiting here for the time for Ryan. It looks like Ryan with a score of 11.73. 11.73. Sixth place, Ryan. Currently in sixth place. All right. Up next we have Austin. Oh, don't do that. Austin Lutz, followed by David Bowden. And on deck, and in the hole, last but not least, we have Rob Scheel. Austin, are you ready to run? You're going to start from here, huh? Good call, Austin. All right, whenever you want to go, Austin.
All right, next up we have Austin Lulz. pardon me, that's Austin Lutz. Very fast guy. What we're going to see is not necessarily the cleanest technique, but he is just such a competitor, moving so quickly, not holding anything back, and quick through the finish. Very, very fast run by Austin Lutz.
Flew through that course. That dive at the end was impressive. Waiting for the time. Yeah, that's not a time that he got. I'm pretty sure he didn't get .87. It was fast. Okay, Austin. What the fuck? Get out of here. With a time of 9.87.
Sub 10 seconds for Austin Lutz. Fastest time so far today. We still have two more competitors that could finish ahead of him, though. Next up is David Bowden, followed by Rob Schill.
Ooh, challenge, he says. All right. All right, next up we have David Bowden, followed by Rob Schill.
From Austin Lutz. Not necessarily the cleanest run,
don't do that.
but he just really attacks the course. I think what we're going to see now, the difference between the next two course runners is a little bit more refinement and skill, which should give them an advantage. Now we have David Bowden. Again, you can see his approach from the start. He's just using as much momentum as he can to get over that first hurdle. 2 quick speed steps. Nice dive through the bar. And again, easy stride work. It's like a little bit of trouble with that descent, but quick through the finish.
Very fast time. Made it look pretty effortless. Waiting for the score here. David taking second place with a time of 10.37.
Not quite as fast as Austin Lutz.
All right.
David Bowden finishing at a time of
10.37
seconds.
This will be the last run of the...
There were a few moments in that course where it just looked like he was holding back just a little bit.
I don't know what to do from there.
I know he can hustle a little bit harder than that.
This will be the last run of the semis.
He started off quick, but
from there we'll be taking a break, figuring out
not
the
the same amount of attack.
Rob, you ready?
Continuous attack as we saw from Austin Lutz. Next up is Rob Schill, however, probably one of the biggest jumpers out here in Denver, Colorado. He does have a wrist injury, but we'll see how much that affects him in this course. Ooh, nice hurdle start with Rob Schill. Chooses to do an underbar under that bar. A very quick speed step off the first wall. Stepping around, very simple but very effective movements from Rob Schill. Now, to me, that looks like the fastest run we've seen, but we'll see what the laser timer says.
Out the course. Waiting for the times. All right. Rob with a time of 10.03.
And Rob unable to edge Austin Lutz. Just not the same amount of ferociousness on that course. Again, he was not likely to compete this weekend, but...
And then go on to the finals. We're going to figure out how many of these competitors are going to go on to the finals. We will do that. We're going to take a second to set up. Enjoy watching these guys do warming up things.
All right, so we're just setting up for the final course. We have Austin Lutz in the lead. And it looked like it just came down to how Austin, David, and Rob Schill handled just a couple of structures. We have Austin doing some nice duck unders. Rob Schill choosing an underbar on that first bar, which definitely slowed him down at least half a second. So he was able to make up for it with his superior jumping and striding ability, but just not some of the best course choices, and we'll find out if his injury was affecting him. We're gonna have a leaderboard up in just a moment. Take a look at the official times. over here right now with Austin Lutz, who finished with the fastest time in the semifinal round for speed. How you feeling right now, Austin?
Feeling pretty good. It was definitely a hard choice trying to figure out whether I wanted to go through the gate or over the top of the wall. And I'm still not quite sure what steps I took, but it turned out pretty well. So
I would say you took the right steps.
yeah, I mean, for my body size, for sure. There are a ton of great athletes out here that are just doing things that I can't even comprehend. I'm just watching them practice, and it's crazy to see how many different ways everyone can find their fastest route through. So,
were you surprised at all with how your times compare to some of your peers out here?
Yeah, definitely. I always feel like I'm a lot more crazy and a little bit more uncontrolled than Rob Schill, especially. It's just such a clean athlete and everything he does. So, yeah, I just try to go fast.
You definitely attack the courses, and it's really great to see. Like I said, some of your peers maybe take more technical approaches, but as we know, speed courses are all about fastest time, not necessarily who looks the prettiest. Do you practice speed courses a lot, or do you find that you're more of a skill or a style athlete?
I mean, I try to do a bit of everything. I definitely like free running and flips and all that stuff, but I started as a track and field athlete, and I did football, basketball, lifted weights for 6 years in my high school career. So from an athletics standpoint, I've definitely always felt more like I wanted to go fast than I mean, I love to do tricks, but there are people out here that work way harder at that stuff than I do. So I definitely identify more as a speed athlete than anything else.
Great, man. Well, I'm gonna let you keep warming up. You don't want to get too cold in between courses, but great work so far. It's been a pleasure to watch you compete, and we'll see more of you soon. All right, guys, we're going to be back real soon with the men's final course and women's final course in speed. All right, I managed to track down Kasia Kilogenic, who is currently in first place in the women's division. How are you feeling so far, Kasia?
Pretty good. It's pretty fun.
Just fun?
A lot of fun.
Is this kind of an easier setting? Because last time we saw you was at the NAPC, which has a bit of a bigger audience, maybe a bit of a bigger stage, harder competition. Is this kind of more of a practice event for you, or are you still pushing yourself?
I'm definitely still pushing myself, but I'm definitely using it as experience just to get used to competing because I'm still pretty new at it. But it's a lot of fun, and I'm still nervous, even though it's my jam-ish. So, yeah.
You absolutely killed it yesterday in skill. I was really surprised with how you were able to flash 4 of the challenges in the skill course without practicing any of them. Had you done any of those challenges before in any form?
A few of them, but the stride one and the shade to the rail, I hadn't done before. So I was impressed with myself, and I feel like I actually really earned it. So.
Yeah, the stride challenge from yesterday was extra surprising because we set up that course, so that was just with wall boxes and things. And I feel like that one you really just had to go for it. You didn't have time to really test it out, but you still managed to stick the finish. Were you surprised at all how easily you were able to get that?
Yep, very little. I've been working rails a lot lately because it's my weakness for sure, but. So yeah, a little surprised. I thought I was going to have to do that one again, which is why I kind of saved the hardest 2 for last.
And what about the course we just saw? Were there any tricky parts to that for you, or were you able to handle and execute what you wanted to with your final performance?
It kind of went exactly the way I thought it was going to. I think that climb up at the end was the last part, but there was a little ledge that a lot of people didn't take advantage of, and I'm like, well, it's there, I'm going to use it. So that definitely helped out with the hardest part. So.
All right, thanks a lot, Kasia. We're going to see you in just a moment in the finals for speed today. It's been a pleasure watching you so far, and look forward to seeing more.
All right. I'm going to go over some standings and who's going on. If you're not here and you don't hear me, I don't care. You're out. That's my life, easy. For the ladies, all 3 ladies are going to the finals. So you're all going to run it. You're going to run it in the reverse order from the semis. So slowest to fastest. We'll figure that out after. For the men, the top 7 went on. So running in this order, again, reverse order from the semis. Running first, Brian Prince. Running second, Lennon Shannon. Running third, Julian Frazier. Running fourth, Dawson DaCosta. Nice done. Running fifth, David Bowden. No one really cares. Running sixth, Rob Schill. And running last with the fastest time from the previous round, Austin Lutz. So, if you are not a competitor anymore, please hang out in the not competitor area. You guys are awesome, but go away. Bye, Miles. All right. I am going to go over the course with the 10 of you. Pay attention to the course. Follow me through it. You guys will have 6 minutes of practice. I believe in one group because there's only 10 of you. And before there was more than 10 of you. So, okay, you have to tie your shoe. Okay. Well, we're going to wait for Pasha to tie your shoe, everyone. Okay, we can get, okay, we can up there. All right, follow me.
All right, all eyes now on Vinny Fiacco as he is explaining the final course today here in the speed event, the Denver Parkour Open. Again, just a quick review of the rules here. Athletes start their own time on each course by tripping a timer gate. They then have to navigate flags in the order of which official Vinny Fiacco is explaining right now. Yellow flags have to stay to the athlete's left, red flags have to stay to the athlete's right. The course is completed after they have passed all checkpoints in the assigned order and then run through the final timing gate. And the athletes, along with Vinny Fiacco, now entering the end of the final course. Vinny Fiacco just going over any final questions from any of the athletes competing here today. We are now down to 7 competitors in the men's division and the top 3 in the women's division. We're going to take a look at the official times in just a moment. All right, we got athletes practicing again on the final course. We're just gonna take a look at the times from the last round, the semifinals. We have in third place in the women's division, Amy Glover with a time of 26.756 seconds. Again, both courses will be combined for a total time. In second place is Cici Pacheco with 17.94 seconds, and leading the way by a total of 4 seconds is Kasia Kilogenic with a time of 13.83. In the men's division, only the top 7 athletes moving on to the next round. In 7th place is Brian Prince. In 6th place, Lennon Shannon. Julian Fraser in 6th place. Sorry, that's 5th place. Dawson DeCoster taking 4th place. David Bowden in 3rd. Rob Schill in 2nd. And Austin Lutz in 1st. Austin Lutz, the only athlete to break 10 seconds in the semi-final round. Most of these other times pretty close. As you can see, the top 5 times are all around that 10-second mark. As we get into 6th and 7th place, we are above 11 seconds total time. This next course is a little bit longer, and we are going with total time for our final podium. So a lot of these athletes still have a chance, even from 7th place, to still make it on the podium. The great Amos Rendell sporting a beautiful, luxurious tutu, standing next to SPL co-founder Tom Coppola. Take a look here. So there's a nice view of it. Amos Rendell, Tom Coppola. Beautiful moment right now. Just talking business, talking the speed courses. Nothing serious going on, just two men in a tutu. I don't know if we...
Okay, Amy, you ready? Start whenever you, hey everyone, real fast. Amy's about to run, give it up for Amy. Right. Amy, whenever you're ready.
All right, first up we got Amy Glover, who seems to have had a wardrobe change. She is now sporting a Supergirl shirt. Choosing to take the low line at the beginning of this course. It's going to make it tougher to make this ascent up the highest point of the gym. She now has to descend down to move on to the next checkpoint. Amy just really taking her time for this course, making sure that she hits every checkpoint. A lot of these courses, for many people, just an accomplishment in its own right, just to complete the course. Does not look like Amy wants to spend any time in the foam pit today.
Long run.
She is supposed to be going through that final checkpoint
push through the entire way
to get an official time. So she does the latest timer,
with a
although athletes are expected to go through the checkpoint into the foam pit at the end of this course.
Okay, the finals here pushing a little bit harder. Next up we have CC Pacheco, followed by Kaja Kilogenic. CC, are you ready? Whenever you want to go.
Next up, CC Pacheco. CC Pacheco quite a bit faster through that first part of the course. Also choosing to take the low line. A little slow on that ascent. And again, taking her time, being really careful as she descends down. She is trying to make up for lost time now. Mounting, and it's a sprint to the finish along the high line. Looks like she might be out of steam just a little bit. Either that or she is just trying to be careful. Good job positioning over that gap and through the finish.
All right, CC with a great run there. Again, we have that finish where you can finish into the foam pit. So another big diving finish for some people who expect some style points. There's no such thing as style points in the comp, but you know, for everyone keeping track. CC with a time of 28.43. All right. Last up, we have Kaja Kilogenic, who is starting from far away from the start, but she's going to do it. She's going to do it. Kaja, you ready? Whenever you want to start.
Next up is Kaja Kilogenic, and also choosing to take the low line at the start of this course. Choosing a different approach to get over to that high point. Didn't really look like it worked out as planned, but still moving quite quickly. Really powerful strides in her sprinting. But a little bit more careful with her footwork through the high line. And straight to the finish, also choosing not to go into the foam pit, but still making it through that final time gate. Solid run.
All right, Kaja.
A little bit of a slip up on that ascent, but definitely a good strategy to cat leap over rather than doing the complete wall run.
Okay, she finished that up. Waiting for a
Get
score.
an official time for her in just a moment.
All right. Here we go. Kaja with a score of 20.09 seconds. All right. So, quick update
Once again,
here.
we have Kasia
then takes
Kilogenic
first,
way
but
ahead
Kaja's
on the
actually
field. It looks like she is
qualified already.
guaranteed a spot
Doing this as a practice
at
run.
this year's
So,
NAPC, although she already was
actually gonna
because
take first.
she is our champion
We'll talk
from
more about that
last
later
year's North
when we
American
go to the
Parkour
final
Championships.
standings
Again, today was just
scores.
more of a
We're
practice
going to go on to the
for
men.
her, as she said.
All right.
Still making sure she gets a solid
For
effort
the
though today,
men's
and we appreciate her
run,
for that.
we're going to go
We'll
in
get back
reverse
with
order,
her
same as last
at the end
time.
of today's event.
I announced it before, but I'll announce it again for the stream. Let me click a little button here. There we go. First up on this course, we have Brian Prince. On deck, we have Lennon. He's yelling. I'm terrified. On deck, we have Lennon Shannon. In the hole, we have Julian Frazier. All right. Brian, you ready to go? Whenever you want to start.
Right now, we're looking at my man Brian Prince. Getting psyched up, ready to go. Staring down that gate. I'm going to assume he's going to take the high line here, but we'll see what happens. And he does. Easy job pop vaulting up and taking height across the bars. Fly across, dropping all the way down to the box. Around the corner. Big strides across the top and through the finish. Smooth run by Brian Prince.
Brian,
That course
doing
definitely
the
played to his
Brian
strengths, but
Prince
he
thing.
also executed his plan
Hashtag
to a
tall
T.
trainings, hashtag 6+.
He's definitely happy with his
Made
performance
that
there.
course look tiny with strides.
Go back over to Vinny Fiacco for a
Brian
official
with a
time.
time of 14.66. Great time for Brian. All right. Next up, we have Lennon Shannon. On deck, we have Julian Frazier. In the hole, Dawson DeCosta. He knew. He raised his hand. He knew right away. You're
All
right.
right, now
I
for
see
a
you there.
dramatic
Great.
change in
Doing great,
size,
Dawson.
we're going down to
Big
Lennon
shot on the way of
Shannon,
Lennon when he
definitely one of
comes
our
down.
shorter
When he comes down
athletes
there,
here
come on.
today,
And he's up.
compared to Brian Prince, who's 6'9". Lennon Shannon, smooth work across the top there. Again, I think his size helps a lot with his mobility moving across that tight line. But this is where Brian has the advantage, is those big strides from the top. Still, very fast, smooth run from Lennon Shannon.
Lennon able to sprint through that last part of the
I
course.
don't know if he attacked it quite as hard
Very
as he
quickly. Waiting for a
could, as
time here.
we've
Let's see
seen
what
from
we got.
some of the other competitors here today. Still a
right.
solid run from Lennon Shannon.
Waiting for a time while he catches his breath. All right. Lennon with a time of 14.03. Taking first place out of the 7 competitors. All right, next up, we have Julian Frazier. He is at the start. On deck, we have Dawson DeCosta. And in the hole, we have David Bowden. Debo. Julian, you ready to run? Whenever you want to go.
Next up, Julian Frazier. And good job with that attack off the side of the pop vault. And that's what we're going to see from many of these athletes. And I'm curious to see at least one person from the men's division try that low line, because I do think that it's definitely trickier to move quickly along those top bars, particularly if you're a less skilled athlete.
Oh, that was so much fun to watch. Julian, a collegiate sprinter, just showed you that when you sprint on flat surfaces, it's very different than sprinting over obstacles, as he goes flying into the foam pit. So let's see what we have. A score for Julian. All right. Julian with a time of 13.26.
With a couple of slip-ups
Taking
there,
first
but still
place.
managing to finish with a
Again, these guys can
good
just be going
time.
faster and faster. So next up we have Dawson DeCosta. It is S-T-E-R, gives him stir. Next up after that, on deck we have David Bowden. In the hole we have Rob Schill. Dawson, you ready to go? All right, Dawson, whenever you're ready.
Next up, Dawson DeCosta. And also choosing to take that high line across the top. Looks like he took a couple extra steps with that high line there. Definitely not some of the big strides we've seen from some of the other competitors who have hit that part of the course.
Fourth fastest run in the semis. Let's see if
see how it looks on his official time in
keep
just
that
a moment.
time real low. Waiting for his score right now. All right, Dawson with a time of 16.36. Great run from Dawson. All right, we're now down to our final 3 competitors. Up next, we have David Bowden. After that, we have Rob Schill. And finally, the fastest time from the semis, we have, I gotta do it, the reverser, Austin Lutz. I should have known that. All right. David taking a sec. David, you ready to go? All right.
Right now we're looking
so
at
David's ready.
David
Whenever
Bowden.
you want to start, David.
I feel like this course definitely plays to his strengths. He should be able to attack this high line and hit all the big jumps and strides, still maintain speed. Big pop ball. Oh my goodness, David Bowden slipping off the first bar. He's gonna keep going, trying to make up for it, but I think that's it for David Bowden. We are not going to see him on the podium today. Just definitely lost too much time slipping on that first stride on the high bars. I don't know what he was intending to do there. Probably just a side tack off that first bar, but completely slipping off.
All right, David.
I know he is not going to be happy
Luckily, he looked like he was okay.
with how that
Kept
went.
winning the
Just
course.
taking his time crawling out of the foam pit there. Looks okay.
Talented athlete, but had speed to
I think he really hurt himself, but that definitely hurt his time.
Let's see what he got for a time. David with a time of 18.90. Give it up for David.
18.90 for David Bowden.
All right. David looks like he's got a little limp there, but he walked away, so hopefully he's doing okay. Our last 2 competitors. Up next, we have Rob Schill, ending on Austin Lutz. So we got Rob getting ready over here at the start. Rob is now just kicking the wall. I have no idea what's happening. Give us there's a little maybe pre-run ritual. You think he does this every time? Rob, you ready? Oh, he just meandering.
Next up, we got Rob Schill, again, another big jumper.
I'll wait for you. All right, yeah.
I don't think his wrist is going to affect him actually too much in this course. There is an ascent towards the end where he has to go up that blue stair structure. But the rest of this, he should be able just to use his jumping advantage to stride up, just like we saw there. Smooth strides across the top bar. It is looking good. Drops down. Again, yes, uses his wrist a little bit to get up those stairs, but not too much. Big strides across the top and through the finish. Excellent run from Rob Schill. Finishes the front flip off the back. He is stoked. I'm sure he definitely hit that exactly how he wanted. Rob Schill with the fastest performance we have seen so far.
Wow.
On the final course in speed.
All right, we're waiting for a score for Rob, but
and getting a hug from David Bowden. Again, we just saw David Bowden take a spill on this course. Definitely think he has the same caliber of skill as Rob, but just one misstep under pressure knocks him off the podium.
A full second faster than the second place person. All right, only one person can dethrone Rob at this point. Austin is literally leaving. Okay, he's back.
All right, again, super impressive performance from Rob Schill.
I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it.
Showing tons of technique, precision, and power with the superior jumping ability. But next up, we have Austin Lutz.
Challenge himself. Let's do it. Wow, you blew it. Get out of here. Get out of the thing. All right. Gotta dodge him. All right. One person left. Austin, are you ready to run? All right. Good enough. That's better than good enough. That's what we always say. All right. Whenever you want to start, Austin.
Next up, we have Austin Lutz. Again, not quite the same type of athlete as Rob Schill, but just look at how he attacks this course to see if he can keep his composure as he makes the top line, and he does. Still moving quite quickly. Makes around those checkpoints, big drop down. He has got to hurry though through this finish. He's really got to sprint. I don't think he's going to make it quite as fast as Rob Schill, but still a very, very good run from Austin Lutz.
Oh, sorry, it took me a second to get back. He yelled high drop and then did a high drop. That was... Don't encourage Chris Hollingsworth's old way of training. Love you, Chris. If you're watching. If you're not watching, a little bit less love. All right. Austin. The time to beat was 12.283. Austin with a time of 12.294.
Wow. You know, it really didn't look like it. I thought Rob was a lot faster on that one. Again, it just comes down to Rob with his precise
mind-blowing and fantastic
technique. And Austin with just
right,
that raw ferocity that he attacks the course with.
Give these guys their dues. They just put on an amazing show.
Rob Schild just edging him a little bit on that course. We're going to have to go to total time to see who is going to be first place in the men's speed division.
All right. In third place for the ladies, give it up for Amy Glover. All right. In second place, give it up for CC Pacheco. I can't not call you CC, by the way. It doesn't, not what you want. And in first place, going to NAPC anyway, but taking first here at the qualifier, Kaja Kilogenic. Wow, a catch-up chant. I should have seen it coming. So real quick note, Kaja has already qualified for NAPC, so the qualifying spot actually goes to CC. Give it up one more time for the ladies. High fives. All right, everyone off. Spotlight. All right, going on to the men. Again, it is top one person qualifying. So, I hit the buttons again. Give me, there it is. Cool, so pertaining to the speed finish, there was a bit of a behind the scenes snafu on the numbers. So we have to redo the podium for men's speed. In third place, Julian Frazier. In second place, with a total time, 0.1 seconds behind the first place finisher, Rob Schill. And in first place, Austin Lutz. Give it up one more time for the male competitors. All right, we're just setting up for style, so we will be right back.